Hi, this is John. I just had a new new update for the coin ops. Not coin ops, sorry. It's called a coin core Type R. This is made for core Type R, and it's a Neo Geo. It have 230 plus game. When I say 230 plus game, because I added some 10 arcade game that wasn't part of Neo Geo, but it is fun to have it because it doesn't work on Raspberry Pi, but it works on PC. And they are like two shooting game that is similar to the external crisis, which is the homebrews. So let me go ahead and demonstrate the game. And also there is a lot of stuff added like box art. There's box art, and as you can see on the top, it have the years and the rating, and they say 2-player and the sporting game. And each of the category now have more category. So let me show you real quick. By pressing the Y button, you are moving to a strategy game. And there is, on the bottom of the left, it shows the alphabet order. And somewhere on top, this one, it shows 10 strategy game 10. Okay, and they all have box art, and they all have a unique box art and everything. And this time, this version compared to the first one I released a month ago, it doesn't have the year and the star rating, and not all the box art was created. Like some of them might be a hack version or a clone version. There was a duplicate box art but wasn't created. Okay, so, and some of them have special. I added a 13 homebrews game. So let me press Y again. Y and X allow you to switch from a different category game. So now we're in all sports. So you got all the sports game listed here, like the title now on the logo, LOGO. It have the baseball star professional hack, where this one is just regular. And even the box art, it have the word hack on the side, and on, if you look carefully close, you will see the yellow hack on the baseball as well. So the hack game, the clone game, the box arts have been modified to match with the game. So, and then the title as well. So you have all this game, and it have its title and stuff. This one have total of 20 game of sports from Neo Geo, and they all are alphabeted in order. And then in the left corner bottom, you see the word T because you're in the T section, and then it's W and so on. Okay, let's move to the next category. This is shooting game. All the shooting game will have the bezel. Now I can't promise you that you will have bezel when you go into a game, because it's using a RetroArch, but the RetroArch for some reason on this version that they have do not support bezel. So you have to install a third-party bezel into RetroArch. Sad to say, do not. Even the story and the rating, all that, they created their own XML that I think is similar to Hyperspin that is support. So it's not the same as Raspberry Pi, even though Raspberry Pi have all this information already. Like Ghost palettes, it have the word hack on it. The box have the word hack on it. So it's unique. It's been added. So those of you who's collecting Neo Geo, you notice that there's only 146 out there for Raspberry Pi. So you could take this and add it to your list. I will be working not anytime soon, but I'll be working on creating the XML where you just put in the game and title and it will automatically create the XML for you. So you don't have to manually, because the Raspberry Pi 4, for some reason, it do not create the game list for you for Neo Geo. And so a lot of game you added, the only way you could see the game with the bezel and the box art is using the track mode for Raspberry Pi 4. Now Raspberry Pi 3 does have that, I think, supported. So here's the 20 game. Now they have a lot of different theme. We will be switching to a different theme so you could see what different option that you have. Like right now, we are not looking at the cartridge, but we do have cartridge on this as well. Like this one said the last resort clone, and as you can see, it have okay. These two just have different box art. I did not put the word clone on this one, but I did have it on the title. The title bar is correct to match the game, so that way it will be less confusing. Which the title on the left corner on the top. Okay, so we are looking at strategy, which is 20 game. We're going to move to the next category, which is puzzle. And puzzle, we have total of 14. Yeah, 14 game. And they also have storyline and the rating. And it have its own unique bezel. Not bezel. The title, the wheel. And they all have a cover behind it. All the cover video is being redone so that when it blow up into a bigger screen, it won't look blurry when you're looking at it, looking at the demo video. So all those video has been re-downloaded to work with this version of Type R, this PC version. And that's one thing is hard about creating this is it's not using any. It doesn't use a lot of other people's pictures and box art because it doesn't blow it up. It blow it up so big that it become blurry. So some of the box art, almost 50% of my box art, I have to redo or re-download, and in order for it to show crystal clear on this version, and that's why it's taking so long. And we go to the next category. This is the last play. Now this is the last play. This is how many games? 17 games that I have just added that it wasn't there in the last version. I added all the homebrews game, which was mentioned in the launch box. It's also a PC game. They have a database where some of this box art came from them, and some of them I decided to redo it. Like this one it was a redo. I'm not sure this one. I don't know if this one is a redo or the one I came from. Now I added some arcade game. Why? Because this arcade game is very similar to the other game, and since they're all shooting game. Now the bezel is being created to match with the wallpaper. As you can see, the wallpaper on this one is matched with this one, and also have the rating, the storyline, the title, and everything. And this one came from launch box, this artwork from their database, and I went and kept it because it show okay this, even though the resolution is not as big, but it show okay on the. And I also created the bezel for this one as well. But since this theme, it covers left sides of the bezel, you can't see the box art on the left. So this one is created everything fresh, using the same idea that came from homebrews from Lunchbox. I went and redid the box art because it looked blurry when it came over to this quartz. So this game and the bezel has been created. So it's a unique bezel and unique box art created by Johnny, which is me. And this one is came from original Lunchbox, and this is a homebrews game. This one is created by me, the box art, and the bezel is all created by me. And also the title called Neo Thunder is created by me because there wasn't any Neo Thunder that looked good, that was clear. So I created that. Same thing with the Neo Tetric, the box art. The bezel was created by me. The wheel came from Google search, so you could find that. This one came from downloading from Google search, and also I believe it might be also in Lunchbox for PC. But the bezel is created by me, and they didn't have a bezel for this one. And Poker was created by me. The bezel, as you can see, it matched the wallpaper, but the box art was downloaded from the Lunchbox. This one was created by me. It's called the 7-1 Showdown Perfect 5. The box art was created. The front picture wasn't, but the box art put together was created by me. The bezel was also created by me. The design and everything. This one is a smart TV, Smash TV. Sorry, it's an arcade game and it's very similar to the one we're gonna see read down. That one is very similar to that one. This game will be removed from your list because this game do not work. For some reason, I tried all the codes that came with the Windows version, and this game would not work. It's not a GameCube game, but I couldn't find any box that looked like. I could have made the box myself, but why? Because it doesn't work. But I did create the bezel for it. So eventually, once I get it working in the future, I will have a bezel already created. This one was created by me because the box art, it wasn't, the front box art was kind of Japanese, so I went and did this fresh. But the wheel with the title came from the Lunchbox. And the bezel, as you can see, it was created by me. This is the game that make me added 2 extra game to this set. 3 game actually. Contract, the Smash TV, and the Alien. Why? Because this game looked very similar to the other one. Now originally I was using the bezel that I found by Google search, but it was blurry when I bring it over. So I went and redesigned the bezel myself to match the well, I went and kept the wallpaper that was given to us by Lunchbox. No, I think I Google searched this one. Now this game does work, so just demonstrate it real quick, let you guys know. Now for some reason I can't get it to work on Raspberry Pi, but it does work on PC. So those of you who might see this and say, Johnny, can you put this on Neo Geo arcade stick? Well, the problem is it doesn't work on Raspberry Pi, so more likely it might not work in Neo Geo arcade stick because it doesn't work on my Raspberry Pi. Now, this version window is using a .dll. So even though the code is final burnout underscore lipotrol.dll, the one in arcade in Raspberry Pi they're using .so. So it's a little bit different version of RetroArch. So it might not work. One thing I do find out about this is they have problem with uh, I did so much with mine, I have to reset my controller because I'm using the keyboard right now. But you should be okay whenever you put it on yours. So this is a real nice game. There was another one called I couldn't get it to work, called a Fast Strike. It was for Neo Geo too, but I can't get it. I don't have the Neo Geo version, by the way, you guys. So you guys, but I do have the Dreamcast version, but I couldn't get it. I haven't really tried my best to make it work. Another word. Because this was taking so much time just to create the artwork. But this game looked and so much like the other game, and I'm kind of glad that they made this one because it's cool. It's so cool that they could actually take an old idea and make it to this version. But I heard some issue with the Neo Geo version. It's very expensive. It's like $240 just to get this game to run, to purchase, and you have to have a Neo Geo system. But the problem is, not everybody could afford to have a Neo Geo. Now, I don't have problem getting the Sega Genesis version, and it looks exactly similar to this. And I have a Sega Genesis game in here as well. Okay. So right now you don't see it because I'm not looking at all category. So when you look at all category, you will see the Genesis version. Now when they include this one as well, now this one is an arcade game, so the box art, everything came from Google search. You could search it and get those. This one, I created this one. You can see the box art is a little bit white dotted. I should go back and fix that, but hey, it worked. This one, I created that. So this is all the new homebrews game that wasn't there from last time when I created this. But I went and took the time to put in all this homebrews game. I couldn't get two games to work. One of them is right now show up over here because I'm testing it. That one will be removed from here, which is a super pop. This one, super bubble pop. It will be removed. It looked real cool if it worked, but I couldn't get it to work. So this one will be removed from your list. Only thing I'll do is just remove the ROM, and then the picture and stuff, you don't have to delete it. Just remove the ROM, and then it will not show up no more. All right, let's go to the next category. That's the new stuff that was added. This is the same, have a fighting, and this is all the fighting game which have total of 108 fighting game, and it does have the work. The title has been updated, so if you have a hack version, it will say hack. The game box also say hack on it. So, and this is also the first time we have the crunching tiger hidden dragon, that box art. This was created, designed by me. This is the original one, and this is the Super Plus version one. Okay, this one came from download. This one I did not create a box art, but I did manage to fix the wheel. So the wheel is, the title is correct. So all this, you have unique title that wasn't there before, and all the title is being added. Now this is the arcade game. I think there's 10 arcade game that they only work on PC that I thought was pretty cool. So yep, new artwork on the background has been also been modified. Some of them have been changed. This is also only work on PC. Is a Golden Axe, the duel. This one is real cool game, and it does not work on Raspberry Pi, but it does work here. Yeah, this one is also a PC game. So anytime you see the word arcade, is a PC game. This is a Capcom game that I thought it was pretty cool to have it. So was bring over. There's 3 versions of it, and all 3 of them does work. Okay. So they all have storyline that last time did not have. This time we do have that storyline, rating, and it can tell you what year was created as well. So all that is being added to this list. And all this new fighting box art has been added. So let's go down here. The title, the box art, was never there in the past. Now has been created, and there is a box art in the title. And there is a box art for this one, and the title, and there is a box art and a title for this one as well. So those was never created, doesn't exist when you Google search it. It only exists because it's from I have created, so now you can have it. Same with this one as well. This is a Magic Plus 2. There wasn't a box art, but now there is. Same thing with this one. This one Magic Plus. This one just Plus. And this one is just the original. So there's quite a bit of box art. Like this one was recreated because it was buried and was recreated. How this can get into a fighting? This is not. This is a puzzle. I need to fix that. You just have to fix your Neo Geo XML, and I'll show you at the end how to create the XML file and how to easily add a game to it. Anytime you're planning to create more game for core Type R, I have a spreadsheet that allow you to help you create the XML, so that will give you the title, the fighting, the year, the rating, and all that of the information. So the XML support, and I also have a text file that explain to you how each of these things is done. So you will have like how to information. And this is 108. Let's move to the next category. This is all game. Okay. All game, you have 245 game. And we are going to change different category. We're on different theme now. We're going to go to the theme, go press B, and we're going to move to the next theme so you guys could check out the new theme. This one is mainly just showing the box art. And let's go. So while go on this theme, AURA, and now we're going to go to so we could see the cartridge. So this is the 2D box art, but it doesn't show the cartridge. And this one do not show the cartridge either. So we're gonna go to a different one. This one. This one, if it's a CD, it will show that, and it will also show you the cartridge of the game and a 2D box art. So we haven't looked at the 2D box art, so let's check it out. So a while ago we looked at 3D box art and the title. Now we're gonna look at this next one. Different theme. So this one have all the 2D box art. See, the picture is fully blow up. So if your video quality is not 720 or 1080, it's not going to look good here. As you can see, each of the game have a cartridge. Okay, the one in arcade that does not use the Neo Geo cartridge, it will show you an arcade stick. So you will see that as we go down the list. Now this is called the best of the game. So let's go to the next category. Go back to all game. This is strategy. Press Y again. This is sports. This is shooting. I also added more category to this puzzle. Before we did not have, we have fighter, all game, and action. We didn't have action before. And how many action game we have? We have 49 action game. And then best of, strategy, sports, shooter, puzzle, last play, which have all the, and then fighter. Now, the more game you play, you will add it automatically added to your last play. So your last plays will become bigger than 17. But right now it's only 17 because I haven't played a lot of new game yet. So 245 game I'm bringing into you. Minus 1 because one of them we're going to take it out. Which the ROM is already being removed on the zip file. It's already been zipped. So like as you can see, this is a two different game. Have two different box art, and the title is different. This one is a long version. Here's the regular baseball professional, and this is the professional hack. You have the word hack on it, and the title you have the word hack on it. And you do have in box software as well. So this is something that a lot of people do not bother to create because there's no box art for it and there's no title for it. So a lot of people just skip it. So this one says the bunny fight pack, and they have the box art and the title with it. Or you could call it the wheel. Some people call it the wheel. Some people call it. In this version window is called, the folder is called logo, and they have all the title. So LOGO is the one who kept all your title here. This is your clone version, which was something new that was never have in the past, and now we have this. So this is a different version. It gives you all the box art and give you the cartridge, give you the 2D box art. But I want to show you the one that, like this one is arcade. So on your right hand side, it shows you the arcade instead of cartridge, because there's no cartridge for this, because this is an arcade game. Okay, dig and dug. This one you cannot really see the background as well. So one thing I noticed, now this is the one that I have, I need to remove the ROM. This is the one that do not work. There's two versions of this one and this one. So those two will be removed. So you only have 242. So it's 242 game. So to remove those, I will show you at the end of the video. This is the one that have the, it's the arcade, but I can't find the arcade stuff, but I did find the CD. So I decided to go ahead and put the CD in here. So you notice that my CD is spin. So there is a way to make this thing spin. If it's a CD, you just put the CD pictures into a CD folder and it will spin. So this is the hack version, and this is a regular version. Because a lot of people say, why you have the game repeated? Well, this time nobody could say that because I created the title for it. So you will know this is not a repeat game. One is a hack and one is not. Okay. So yes, I took a long time. This is a golden axe, which is this one. I did find a golden axe cartridge, so I put a golden axe cartridge. And this is a golden axe duel. And this game played very well in PC. This here is another arcade game, so you don't have to guess if this is arcade or Neo Geo because it shows you there's arcade. And the box, 3D box art will show you that it's a 3D. So all the cartridge for Neo Geo has been created, even for the clone version that have been created. Like this one, Neo Geo, not Neo Geo. This one cartridge and the box art have been created. The cartridge on the right, you can see this is a homebrew game and it has been created. Bezel has been created. I added to the retro art. Can't guarantee it will work because I don't understand why it doesn't work. This is between the person who developed this chord R type. They need to look into it and make it where it's easier for the people who creating a community, like I'm doing a community add-on, so that it will make it easier for them instead of trying to figure out why it doesn't work. Because some of them does work and some of them do not, so I don't know what to tell you. All right, and so it's a fighting game, and there are some that is this is a King of Fighter 97 Plus, and this is the Alt Unique Auto. Okay. This one is Extra Plus. So when you actually play it, the game actually titled that. So when you go inside the game, they give you more extra character to play, and this is a clone version of it. Now, not all the cartridge I went and modify it because the cartridge is so small, the picture, it doesn't make sense to modify it by adding the little tiny words, say hack or clone. So I didn't bother to do it. Okay, just FYI. I know some of you might say, well, you say you went and modify all the creating the title, the box art. How come the cartridge they look the same? Because the word is so small and not a lot of people use it. This is the only thing that you actually use the cartridge. Okay, so the one I'll be using, I won't even see any of this thing. So let's go to the one I like. Let's go to B, the setting, uh, titanium. The one I like is the one called spin, like a track mode. I like this one. Okay, but the problem with this one though, you don't see nothing. You don't even see the box art. You only see the video is in the big screen, and that's the reason that all the video is being redid and re-download at least a 720 to a 1080 because it doesn't support the 480 very well. So if you have anything is 480 that you get from Raspberry Pi images or stuff, it will not look good here because once that screen become big screen, it become blurry, and so all the pictures, all the box art have to be redone or redo because I didn't know until I put it onto this on this add-on to the core Type R. So yes, so if you add it to this, and if your video is not redone, it's gonna look bad. Okay, so we press Y, we jump to 225 game strategy. sports, shooter, puzzle, fast play. Here's all the new Chrome games that was added. This is actually a Neo Geo version. It's not the Sega Genesis version. Just letting you know. All these have unique bezel for each of the game, and they actually match the wallpaper because I use the wallpaper to create the bezel background. So if you don't touch it, it's gonna blow up to be a big screen. And then you can see the bezel real big. Yep. This is Samurai Showdown Perfect 5. Smash TV. This one I did not create it. This one do not work. So that there's 3 games here will be removed shortly. But if you happen to see it, I'll show you at the end of this video. So stay tuned for the second half of this video where I'm going to show you some information that I didn't cover from the last video. Now, if you haven't seen the first video, please go check out the first video it talk about how to unzip it, how to copy the file over, and how to get the bezel working, how to install the bezel. So those are very important. And so there's like first video, it talk about all the trouble, how to put this together. The second video talk about how to install the add-on. So you want to see the second video. This is the third video, and this one will cover how to add different game not using Final Burnout, but using something like May 2010 and all the other one to make some of this game work. Okay, so if you was to go to the B, let's go to all game. I even have Wobble Cup in here, so let's go. Let's press A. No, not A. Sorry, that's the action. Let's press the shoulder button. Here you go. We're gonna go to the alphabet order by pressing the left L1, L2. I'm pressing the R1, and it's going down in alphabet order. So I'm going to R to show you that you could even get a non-Neo Geo game to work here, like the hack version of Wobble Cup from Game Boy Advance. Alright, here's the Wobble Cup in Game Boy Advance. You might say, but that's not Neo Geo. No, it's not Neo Geo. It is actually a Game Boy Advance game. But it is in the Neo Geo section. So you're gonna like, well, how you do that? So this second half, starting now, we are going to talk about how we do those things. Okay. And I think I also added let's go to Sega Genesis. Press L1 again. We're gonna go to the X. Remember I told you we have more than one version. There is this version and there is this version. Okay. One is a Sega Genesis and one is the normal one. This is the Neo Geo version. This is a Sega Genesis version. You're gonna say, how do you get the Sega Genesis version here as well? So this is what we're going to talk about. This is why I redid the bezel. As you can see, the screen is full screen, but the bezel looks blurry. And I download this, but see, this is why it takes long time to build the core Type R that I don't know what kind of video player they're using or what kind of spec they use, but if the resolution is not at least 800 or 720 pixel, uh, is only 500 or 600, you will see the picture blurry. Where it doesn't happen with Raspberry Pi or other console, but it does happen on this machine. So just FYI, because Virtual Man convert his Raspberry Pi image to PC, and they don't have this issue because they don't have this issue with the bezel, but apparently it does have problem here on this bezel. But this is a Sega Genesis version, by the way. Let me just start one game and then we will go into the PC to show you how I get this thing to work. Now, if your PC is not as fast, it will take a long time though. See, using the Genesis bezel. It's not using the arcade bezel. So just let you know. So the screen somehow tend to look like that. But that's how they make the Genesis game. So the game, you will have to put it in the Genesis folder, not in the Neo Geo folder. The ROM. So this is the Genesis version, and I'm getting killed. Oh, clear. One thing neat about Neo Geo is you have cheat code. You could cheat. Alright, let's get out here. So that, as you can see, that's the Genesis version. So the color is a little bit faded out, where this one is darker, and this one have my unique bezel, which I created. And this one is using the original bezel that came from the download Google search. Alright, so let's go ahead and get out of the game, and we will start talk about in PC. So okay, press B, and to get out, you just choose the power, and then press A. Okay. So we are not going to talk about how to download this from Telegram and how to unzip it and transfer over. We are mainly going to talk about this one. Okay. Now, a while ago you see the Sega Genesis working. This tells you that from this directory, okay, so we're going to go to that directory, copy. And so how do you put a Sega Genesis game over here? Oh, I don't have an H drive, so I forgot what your, oh, mine's I. It will work if you put in different directory. So I put this in my H drive just died on me. So I put it in a directory called clone type R. So I put it in the two different subfolder. You could put it on a single folder, subfolder, or no folder. Just put all this on the root directory. You could do that. Okay. Either way. All right. So I'm gonna go to collection. I'm gonna go to Neo Geo. As you can see, I have Nintendo, Game Boy Advance, Sega Genesis. Sega Dreamcast doesn't work because I couldn't get it work, so we could delete that. And then Sega Genesis. And what I have in there was only one game. So I'm just going to open this real quick, show you what's inside. So you use the game, the ROM. If the ROM is called Space USA version 1.1, if that's your physical name of the game, then you need to call it that. But you don't need to put the .gba. It doesn't like that. So do not put that there. Okay, just the name. Just the name, okay? Alright. So that's what's in there on that one. And then the Nintendo, same thing. It's just the name of the game. Wobble Cup. Game Boy prototype. Okay, so that's the hack game, a homebrew game. That's not. This is something you cannot go and buy it. This is a homebrew game. Okay. All right. So that's how you created that. Now you're gonna say, well, by just putting a name there, how would it work? By just putting a name there does not work. Okay, it just added to the list of the ROM. Okay, but it's not gonna work. Now the game that I tell you that do not work, what you do is you go look for the game that do not work. While go, they were showing up this game. I need to delete this game and I need to delete this game. This is a Dreamcast game that do not work. You don't put it in here and it does not work. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete those two so it won't show up. That's how easy it is. If yours is showing up with those two games, just come to the ROM directory and delete it. That's it. And then there's a one called the Super Bubble. So Super Bubble is not there, so it shouldn't show up anymore. Okay. Now the playlist. The playlist. This is what you are seeing on my playlist. I don't know why that one is there. That's supposed to be in the story, not supposed to be here. Delete that one. Okay. So you got action, all game, best. So you have total of 9. Where before I did not have. I don't think I have strategy or action. I have the other one, but I don't have those other two. So this is added. Strategy and action was added into this version. Okay, that's how you do it. Is by going into the game and just add literally one by one, trying to figure out which one is the action and add this in. Okay, and what I do is I have a spreadsheet Excel. Let's talk about that, and I'll include that on the download on the link so you guys could see it. Okay, and they are breaking down based on categories. So what you do is highlight all the whole thing and sort it by their title, and then just copy the physical name and put it on the category, and that's how you get the category breakdown. Okay. Now what I do is what I did here is I created a game list which helped me create the Neo Geo XML. Okay. And this is the title. This is the physical game which you don't do nothing because it's a formula. I let you see the formula so you can learn from it. I don't hide the formula from you. So and anything that is down here, for example, uh, you could delete those if you don't want. This is just for Neo Geo, but if you have like arcade game you want to add, see this you don't do nothing. You automatically bring this down to this support up to 6,000 game. So if you have any game that less than 6,000, you could use this. If it's more than 6,000, it only supports 6,000. So and the one is graded out, means you don't have to put anything there. You can leave it alone. You could leave it empty. Okay, you don't need to put anything there. Same thing with this one. You don't need to. This is just for me to calculate the formula, like how to, take 3.5 divided by 5, you get 0.06. That's pretty much what I did. Okay, so this you have to put in the ROM name. You don't have to put nothing here. Now, if the game is not appropriate, is a strong button, then you need to copy this and put this, make this a strong button. Like special fighting game. All the fighting game is a strong, violent, animation. Okay, the shooting, the puzzle is all regular one. And then here is the thing. Now, there's one thing I did wrong. Was one of the game was a homebrew, which is this one. It is not a fighting game. I don't know how it got into a fighting game. Yeah, it's a puzzle. I don't know which one was accidentally wrong. That's a shooting. That's an action. Fogger, shooter, fighter, puzzle, shooter, puzzle, puzzle. Casino. Oh, I probably don't have casino. Well, casino. I don't have a casino. There's only one casino. Well, there's two casino, but I didn't put the other one casino. This is a shooting game. So this is a category based on this that is breakdown. And what you do is you just put this or put the information here and put the information here. So the one you see empty, you need to put your ROM name information here. And for example, if I call this Johnny, okay, it automatically create a J. So that, so if I call Johnny with the uppercase J, it's going to be uppercase J. So this formula automatically do it for you. Now it won't give you the ROM name until you go over here and put the ROM name. So if the ROM is called Johnny.zip, okay, it automatically is going to create the ROM name for you right here. See that? So you don't have to do nothing on this two column or this one. Just put here. Tell you what, I might probably best just highlight this and make this yellow. Make this on. So the yellow part is the one you're going to put information on it. I don't feel like select. I'm just going to do this like that. You're going to put all the yellow color is the one you need to put something on it. The one that doesn't have yellow, you don't need to do nothing. So anything that is yellow, you need to put something there. Okay. Now, if it's not a two-player, you can automatically change this. This is just a copy down. Okay. And this is always yes. So you don't have to change or anything. So anything that is yellow, you could put something on it and then automatically do it for you. So that's the spreadsheet that I will include it. So what you do is it helped you build the XML. Now you're going to say, well, how to build XML? This is the XML. You don't want to go in here and type all this. You're going to make a mistake somewhere. So this one automatically do it for you. You only have to do is create a one line Johnny bike. I was made from Taiwan. I think I'm pretty good. 0.0. Only two. Only one decimal. Okay, don't try put two decimal. Okay. What year? Okay, put any year you want. I'm a fighter. Okay, and then that's it. Now, if you come over here, it automatically created the last one. And what you do is you want to select everything from here. You tell you number one. So the last one you were on, I was in 241. Okay. So if you come over here and you just select the first one and you just highlight everything until you see 241 and you stop. And this will create the XML for you. So let's just say you added another game. It's called Johnny, which is, that's just a makeup name. Okay. So we are 180, 85, 87. We're on 200, 05, 210. Okay, we went past it. I think I said 241, yeah. Yeah, 241. Yep. Here you go. 240. The reason it's not 241 is 240 is because we have a title on top. Okay, that's why it's 240. It's not 241, even though it say 241. Do you understand what I just say? It say 241. Why? It's supposed to be minus one because you have a title here. So that's minus one. So it's 240. So that's correct. So it's 240. All right, so now you have a game called Johnny. The description is Johnny. There's no clone. Those two you skip. Made by Taiwan. My score is 8. Year 1999. I'm a fighter. Okay. I'm suitable for all age. 2 years. Yes. See, it created that for you. Then you take that. You just copy it. And then you go open your Notepad++. So I have Notepad open already. I don't think I have it open. And you want to open this, Neo Geo. Okay, so what you do, where you get this, you get it from Okay, I got it from this folder right here, the hypertext. Okay, and you get it from the Metro hypertext. And then this is where you get the Neo Geo. Now they have a whole bunch of different ones. Mine is called the Neo Geo.xml. Okay, so you open up that file, and this is what it looks like. Now, if you want to add Johnny to it, you delete all this. Then you do right click and say paste. We just copy that, so we're going to paste it here. That's it. One more step before you save it. You need to add this to the end. You need to add that. Okay, so we're going to go back to Notepad. We're going to put the this sign backslash menu and greater sign, and that's it. Then you save it. All right, so now you're done. That's it. Okay, now we know there's no such thing as Johnny the game, so we're going to take this and delete that. Agree? We don't have that. That's just a make-believe example. Okay, so there's no Johnny, so we can delete that. And that's pretty much it. That's how you create a game list. Okay. Now, if there's no physical ROM, the game will not show up, but this will at least tell you the title, the description of each game. So this game, like for example, this is the game, the ROM name, but this is the description, the full name of the game. Okay. Same thing with this one. It's called Neo Tech, but it's Neo Tetra. Okay, I don't think I want to put one player. I'm just going to leave it like that. Okay, so if the name description you don't like, come over here to the first tab and go back down to the Neo Geo one. Delete Johnny. So I'm just going to do undo. No, I have to delete it. So delete Johnny, delete this, delete that. And then last one is at the back, and that's it. Okay, those are the things you have to add. So you delete those. Now, I need to go ahead and delete this too because I don't have this game no more. So you could just right click and delete that game because that game not supposed to show up. And to fix that, you just pull it down, that will fix it. Okay, that's how you just click and drag down. See that? See how I'm doing it? Just drag it down. That will fix the problem. Okay, whenever you delete a column, that will happen. Okay, so same thing. Yeah, this side, nothing. You don't have to worry about nothing. Only just the front right here. And then there's another one called Super Bubble. That one is not there no more. Doesn't work. So we're gonna go ahead and delete that. Okay, you're gonna have an error. Show you one more time. Just click it, drag it, and that will fix it. Okay, the T is supposed to be a T. Alphabet P. Poker is gonna be P. So give you alphabet not name. All right, so this is a very good. I will be creating one for Raspberry Pi, the gameless.xml, because I don't. Every time I add new game to Neo Geo, it doesn't show up correctly. The box art, everything. I'm going to do one just for Raspberry Pi because this is for the hyperspin hyperless. It's made for hyperless version 1.0. So they use that same idea to create this one here. So this will be given to you. All right. So let's save that real quick, and let's go back to the other thing. Okay. So this is what inside of each category. You don't have to touch this, but just showing you how I did it. Okay. And then the story, yeah, story is pain in the neck. You have to add on your own story, everything, videos, and all this. You have to manually go in and do one by one. Now, how do you get the cartridge to spin? You have to create one called media underscore disk. This is what make this thing spin. So anything you put in here, it will spin. Okay, you don't want to put one here and then you put another one here. You're going to show up have two of them. One of them is spinning and one of them is just standing still. So anything you put here is stand still, it doesn't spin. If you put this one into this folder, then that cartridge itself is going to spin like the CD. Okay, just let you know, it will spin in a circle. Okay, so anything you put here, it will spin. Okay, that's how you make it spin. That's it. And so how do you get the game to work? Well, what I did is I created let me show you what I did so you know. So the one that I have created another folder so I could zip it up so I don't give you a whole bunch of test folder and all that stuff. I put it into a folder called type. So I have three different versions. I need to delete two of them. In here, I have the one that I zip up. So what you want to do is unzip just the only one of them using 7-zip and then say extract here or extract to a folder. It's up to you. Okay. And it will automatically pick all that. So the first one you want is extract this one. You don't need to highlight every one of them. I used to do that, but you don't have to. Now in here, what I did is I go to category. In the Game Boy Advance, I have same folder, which I give you the 3D box art of this game. It is kind of pain in the neck because you have to have one for every single console. So this will automatically copy into your Nintendo Game Boy Advance, and then the bezel. There's a bezel for it, and then bezel knight, and then the artwork. Why it's taking a long time though. We'll show you a picture of Wobble Cup. Wobble Cup. So here's Wobble Cup, and then you have a logo, which is the wheel, and I chose to use this instead. I like the idea there's a character next to the title. I use that one instead. And then the metal arcs, which is the physical cartridge. I created a Wobble Cup cartridge, which is actually a clone version. You will not see this in the store or buy it because it's a clone. This is the one I download, so I use this one to create this one. Okay, so something that you could use for your artwork. And this is just a text information about the storyline of Wobble Cups, so you need to have that as well. And then the video. So this is the video of Wobble Cup in the MP4. Now the name have to be matching with the ROM. So just let you know, there's the ROM. Those are all the artwork. See, the name have to match. So that's how you get it working. So you put all that into a different category, which is belong to Neo Geo. Okay. So if you actually go to the physical game location, it's not going to only have one game, one file only. If you go to this one, some reason just die on me. I don't know why. So if you was to go to the collection and you go to Game Boy Advance and you go to the ROM list, you see that there's more than just that. Even though the same 9 folder, there's 9 here, but mine is only 1 because I'm only copying this game into your library. This comes with the core Type R. This is not something you have to go do an add-on. This one is already there, but there's not a whole lot of game here. You know, there's only 27. Okay, and the reason there's not a lot of game is because this thing take time. A lot of people once they reach 20 game, they will stop because this is a time consuming. So I don't see a future with this core Type R creating a lot of ROM full set. It more likely is going to be a lot of short short version or short pack. because people will only create a community only going to create the game they like and add it to this PC version game. They will, because it take long time to create a lot of stuff manually, because all this thing is created manually. It's not something you could copy from a Raspberry Pi and transfer over and say, okay, it's a done deal things, because they use high resolution. All the pictures require in a bigger pixel. For example, my this picture is actually sometimes when you click on it, it will tell you how big the pixel is, but it's not doing it right now. My machine is locking up again. See, my machine is not fast enough, so whenever I load this core Type R, it's gonna eat up my resource memory, and it's running slow right now. But it is either 720 pixel or is it 1080. So the picture had to be a good picture resolution pixel in order for it to show well in this core Type R. Okay. All right. So yeah, this core Type R is not that forgiving. So if you don't pick the right resolution for your artwork, your video, and all that, it's not going to display very well. So people start to, like me, start finding out that it's taking longer than for me to create it. Like if I was to create this, I could have been done like less than a week for other console. But this one is taking me almost 2 months, okay, to do this. So am I gonna create any more new stuff for this? I will create new stuff, but not for core Type R. I think this is the last request that somebody requested, and I did it. After I did it, I regret I did it, because, well, I don't regret it. I'm glad I did it because now I have a good full build I could use, or anybody could use for any place, but it take forever. And that's what I did not like, is it take forever. Okay. But once you did it, then you could use it any place, anywhere, and majority will work. The artwork is there, so that's the hardest part, is the artwork. All right, let's see if I miss anything. Let's go back to my. Oh, this thing is freezing up on me. Let's go back to the notepad. Talk about what you need to know. Okay. So we covered the add-on, how you add different console by using the SUB, by just putting the name, but you have to create all this 3D bar saw, 2D bar saw, title, and so on in order for it to work. Okay. Now, how to add a category. Category is located in playlist, and this is the one that it actually worked that I added. If you use a different, like if you accidentally put an S behind it or call it something else like shoot instead of shooter, it will not show up. Okay, just so you know. How I figured this out, I just try and error. I type in the name, didn't work. I try action. First I try like a fight, doesn't work. I try beat them up, didn't work. I try border or something, didn't work. I tried fight, didn't work. I tried fighting, did not work. Then when I tried fighter, it worked. I said, oh, okay. So that's how I figured it out. And this is a Neo Geo CFG. In order for it to show up in arcade mode, you will have to, oh, this is for the, so overlay bezel for virtual art. Video scanning ratio. Oh, this is how I set up the virtual art. If you first time install the core art type, your game is going to be full screen. It does not work with bezel. If you like it stretch out in the full screen, then you can leave it alone. But if you don't, this is how you go and change it to a bezel, and this is how you change the ratio, aspect ratio. On the second video that I talk about, it talk about how to do this, and I'll put the link for that video. And then this is the new stuff that I just talked about, the Neo Geo. Okay, and if you put on the root directory, it would be like this: h drive Neo Geo.xml, and that's the one that I used the Excel spreadsheet that I created using Johnny Excel sheet. Okay, so you can use this Excel sheet to create this, and default Neo Geo bezel is located in this pattern. So you have this Neo Geo CFG, the bezel, and Neo Geo. So you got, yeah, this is for the arcade layout. So you can look at that as well. So this have a whole bunch of information that I put in here. If I forget to cover it, just come over here and look at it. You know, it's kind of pretty self-explaining. This is how I get the chord to work because I'm using different chord. So this is a location of the directory called a launch window. So let me give you an example. So some of the games do not use the same kind of game final burnout. So final burnout is actually located in a directory called the port is actually located in. I'm going to open two windows so you can see. It's actually located in the emulator. Okay, inside emulator you have retro. In retro there's chords. Okay, you could download. I'm giving you all this so you don't have to download those. You got a May 2000, May 2003, and Midway, May 1000, 2003 plus, and 2010. Majority I use 2010 or use Final Burnout 12. Final Burnout Neo is the one for the main one for Neo Geo. So this is the one you wanted to use. If it do not work, how do you make it work? So there's two locations. One is called, let's go read that sheet paper list right here. Let's make it smaller. It say that you go to a directory called launch.window. Okay. So let's go launch.window. So we go back out to the root directory and there's launch.window. Okay. In the launch.window, you have this that I already created for you. Okay. So I want to make sure that I include that launch.window. So here's my launch.window. I include all this for you. Inside each of this, it have executable file, which look like this. It's pointing to the chords. Okay. It's pointing to the chord of the physical chord, this physical file. I mean, not this file, but physical location of the WOM.dll, which is the WOM location. Come from this location, retro. So it's going to execute this program and it's going to look for this chord, the default chord. But if you're using different chord, then how do you make it work? Okay. So first, this had to be created, which is already created for you. The second one that you need to create is you go to collection, go to Neo Geo, and you go to the launcher. This is the second folder that you need to create it. I don't think I added that to the list. Where's my help? Where's my notepad again? This one. Okay. Okay. So the launcher is the one that this is what inside the launcher. In this program here, it tell you where you need to have this location called collection. Oh, I shouldn't have put this. This is my old directory. My cat want me to my attention to. Sorry, I put it. That's kind of what confused you guys because when I first started, I put it in a subfolder, and then afterward, I put in H directory. So based on H directory, this is what you will find. You will find the Neo Geo file. This is a folder that's inside this file, and this is what I created inside this other folder. Same place over here, same folder, same location. But those are created. And then step 3 is where you go to Neo Geo Launch. Right here, collection Neo Geo Launch. In here, you got all these games that do not work on Final Burnout. Some of these are Neo Geo games, some of these are not. So the one that do not work on Neo Geo game, what you do is you create the ROM name, the physical ROM name, and then at the end you put .conf. In here, you will open it up. This is my way of cheating. So if this do not work, for example, if this do not work, I will copy this one, copy it, and then replace it with this one, like so. And then save it and test it the game. If that do not work, I copy this one and then take this out and delete this and then paste this one on. So now it's running 2003. If that do not work, I continue on with the next one and then I paste that in and then I'll save it. And that's how I test the game because I create this cheat list so I could test 2000, 2003. Now there's another one which I have more. This one is only, when I first started, I only test 3 of them. Then later I find out I could download more. So I created more. And let's see if we could find one have the latest date on it. Okay. So I created, I'm not sure which one is the best one to check. Oh, this one only had one file. See, all right, this one have a lot. Now Neo Geo is using the final burnout, so I just put Neo Geo and then that's it. Okay. The other one, if I want to test it, I copy this because this is a physical name over here. Okay. See that? This is a physical name of here without the dot CFG. Okay. This one is the physical name but without the dot D or L. This is comment out. Okay. So I take this, put it here, put that, put it here. So all this I tested to make sure, and turn out this game do not work. So I stop. It do not work because this is all of it, and I test every one of them, and I couldn't get this this tell us something versus Capcom. It do not work. So I just give up. Okay, the box art, the video, everything is there, but I cannot get it work, so I give up. But this is how you do it. This is how you know what to use. So all the one that I have done, like this one, this is a home boost game, but do not use Final Burnout. So what did I use? Let's look at it. I used the Final Burnout Alpha 2012. I didn't use the FB Neo. All of them use FB Neo, but this one do not. So actually, this is actually called. You don't have to do this one. This is just to me double. Just to test it again, I put Neo Geo because there's a Neo Geo right here. See that? Neo Geo right here. But you don't need to test. That is a default one. So if you don't create this folder, it will automatically use FB Neo. Okay, you automatically use that one. But if it do not work, then you have to use the one that is not Neo Geo. Yeah, use this one to May 2003, 2003, 2000, 2010 to see which one. So this one worked with the Final Burnout 2012. So that's how that one work. Okay, so that's how you tell. And then this one use May 2003 plus. Interesting. So this is to make this one work. You use May 2003. Okay, so hopefully this helped you understand. So if you wanted to use this for different console like Raspberry Pi, none of this will work on Final Burnout Neo. So you need to see what it use and then change the codes accordingly. It's already been tested, so you could just open this up and say, oh, this one's using this, this one's using that. So you know, okay? But this is where the launcher for the retro. So that folder is very important. That's how I got the Neo Geo, all the game, 230 game working, because 23 game do not work. Okay. Well, less than 23 game because I did not use this one. That one should be deleted. That one did not work. All right. And that's pretty much it. That should cover how I got the Neo Geo working using different codes because I created this, and this will be included into your Neo Geo list of the setting, and then this will work as well. All right, thank you for watching.